Thanks for joining us as we hit 4 o'clock on your Wednesday afternoon. I'm Tom Green.
And I'm Kim Christensen. As we come on the air, the Public Utilities Commission that regulates Excel is hearing from people across the state. We've got a live look here at a virtual meeting that's happening right now, just started a few minutes ago. State regulators are gathering feedback from the public about Excel's preemptive power shutoffs during the big windstorm a week and a half ago. The state says 55,000 Excel customers had their power shut off when the winds were howling. Our Marshall Zellinger is listening in. He's going to have an update for you at 6 o'clock on Next with Kyle Clark.
And as we take a look outside, another beautiful day today. Hopefully you got a chance to get outside and enjoy that, because it certainly can change very quickly. 70-odd degrees today here and there around the state, but a sharp cold front is on the way.
Kathy, you said this was the day to keep, Wednesday. And
This
then,
is the day.
You know, the rest of the week.
Right in the middle of the week, right? But you know what, even though it will be chilly on Friday and there's the chance for rain, and so it'll still be Friday. So just remember that when I give you the details for the next couple of days. Let's talk about today. We have a mostly sunny afternoon with temperatures in the low to mid 70s along the Front Range. A beautiful day for a drive into the high country where snow is expected to return in a matter of hours. The next system is approaching Colorado from the north. We have a few light snow showers in the northern mountains and a few light rain showers north of Fort Collins and out toward the Sterling area. 72 in Denver, 80 in Pueblo, 83 this hour in Lamar. This will be the warmest day that we'll see for a while as winds are increasing over some of the higher passes and peaks to 30 and 40 miles per hour. We'll be monitoring the wind. The area that we're watching for high fire danger is an area south of the metro area extending from Colorado Springs, Pueblo down to the Walsenburg area with a red flag warning out through 7 o'clock. We'll see increasing clouds tonight with some overnight showers that could be in the form of rain or snow. No accumulation, but certainly a different day tomorrow when you do wake up. It's going to be a whole lot colder than these numbers that we're enjoying now that'll carry you into the evening. I'll have the timing of not one, but two storms coming up in the next 72 hours. We'll have that with the extended forecast just ahead.
Thanks, Kathy. You know, the state is out with what they are predicting for this year's wildfire outlook, all tying into weather.
Right, trying to outline how they plan to fight future wildfires. They have some new tactics they want to use this year. And our Lauren Scafidi is live at 470 and 70 out near Morrison, and that's an area that's been hit before.
The hogback fire burned about 44 acres here a little more than a year ago. So now the state is hoping that some new tactics will cut down on wildfires before they even start.
We don't have a fire season anymore, we have a fire year.
Wildfire season used to be 4 months long during the summer. With concern now year-round, Democratic Governor Jared Polis says first responders will have new ways to tackle wildfires.
Future wildfires are not a question of if, it's just a question of when and where and what we're going to do about it.
Mike Morgan is with the Colorado Division of Fire Prevention and Control. He says so far this year's wildfire outlook for most of Colorado, besides the southeast, is normal for April through July.
I also want to caution you that normal does not mean no fires. On an average year, firefighters will respond to about 5,500 wildfires in the state of Colorado.
One of the tools first responders will use this year to fight those fires is the $24 million Firehawk. The state says it'll finally be ready after a year and a half in delays.
We expect it to be operational in the next couple of weeks.
Another tool is a statewide dispatch system.
To help our local first responders communicate quickly and effectively with shorter response time.
Those tools work in tandem with other measures Governor Polis has already taken. He signed an executive order to allow state employees to take leave for volunteer firefighting without eating up their vacation time. Plus another $6.5 million for crews around the state to clean brush in high-risk areas. It's all a big job that requires a lot of people, but some of the most important work starts with you.
Over 80% of fires are human caused.
We call on each and every one of you who live, work, and play in Colorado to help reduce the impact of fires by being vigilant, respecting fire restrictions when they are in place, and doing your part to protect your home and properties from the threat of wildfire.
The outlook beyond July will be updated throughout the year. The state only predicts 120 days at a time because that's what they feel like they can do the most accurately. Live in Jefferson County, Lauren Scafidi, 9 News.
All right, Lauren, thanks very much. Today in Georgetown, Christian Glass's mother took the stand at the trial of the Clear Creek County deputy accused of killing her son. Sally Glass has become well known for her emotional pleas for justice in Christian's case. Her testimony today, though, was muted and factual as she was asked about her son's car and his relationship with drugs. 9 News reporter Steve Steger has been covering this case from the very beginning. Steve, so often we see family members try to paint a picture of who the victim was. In this case, though, the testimony strictly about the facts.
It really was. 5th Judicial District Attorney Heidi McCollum seemed to use Sally Glass's testimony to nip away at elements of the defense's opening statement. So before we talk about today's testimony, let's back up a bit. Andrew Buen's attorney has been trying to cast doubt on Christian's 911 call from the beginning of all this, saying that prosecutors failed to investigate claims that Christian may have had some sort of incident with another driver on I-70 before he got stuck in Silver Plume. So here's a bit of that argument.
The 911 call, he talks about a white car. There are fresh white scratches on the side of this vehicle, consistent with what he is saying on the phone call. But because it doesn't really make sense to the dispatcher at the time, the DA's office ignores it completely and immediately chalks this up to a mental health issue.
Again, that was during opening statements from Buen's attorney on Friday. Today, Christian's mom testified that damage was from a 2019 crash where Christian blew a tire and sideswiped a truck.
Christian had damage to his car, and he called me up very shortly afterwards to tell me what had happened.
And what specifically was the damage to the car as a result of that tire blowout?
He had scrapes.
And what color were those scrapes?
White.
Do you know what color the truck was that he had collided with?
White.
Now, Buen's attorney has also pointed to evidence of a bong inside Christian's car. Sally Glass told Buen's attorney under cross-examination that her son did smoke weed recreationally. And after her testimony, the judge read a question written by a juror, which seemed to indicate the defense theory at least has the jury thinking.
Did you know whether he knew not to drive while under the influence?
He knew that it was wrong to drive under the influence of drugs or alcohol.
Okay.
That was pretty much it. This afternoon, the jury heard from a taser expert who reviewed the logs of the taser used in this incident. Andrew Buen is charged with second-degree murder and 2 other counts for the 2022 shooting. In the studio, I'm Steve Steger, 9 News.
And today you talk about that testimony that will be obviously very important to the jury. Still, it's that video. It's all that body camera video that probably will tell the tale to much of the jury.
Yeah, and you know, we've spent a lot of time so far in this trial looking at the video. There are hours of video of this 1-hour incident. You have views from several different officers. They've already introduced many of those body cameras into evidence. And then you're going to have Andrew Buen's attorneys present a version of the body camera adjusted to try to give you a better idea of what the visuals were at the time of the different officers around the car. So really, the video is the key element of this testimony, but the defense is trying to chip away and cast some doubt on the case to begin with.
And just so much to consider, just a tragic case. We'll continue to follow it, of course. Thanks, Steve. A handful of nonprofits have until the end of June to dole out some $30 million in rental assistance. That money part of the state's temporary emergency rental assistance grant program.
9 News reporter Jaleesa Irizarry shares with us how one nonprofit is helping people through the process.
The corner of 16th and Downing has more than a few fast cars. The people at this building, in between these 4 walls, help others keep a roof over their head.
It's time we move on to the next step.
That includes James, a Denver man.
And you do have a summons court date?
On the verge of eviction.
Why don't you go print it out at the library, which I did, and I filled it out.
James is one of the many people stopping by the Community Economic Defense Project. They're one of the agencies helping people pre-apply for a piece of the $30 million the state has for emergency rental assistance. The agencies have until the end of June to distribute it all.
It is a crisis, yeah.
Cesar Jimenez is the nonprofit's head of rental programs. In 2023, nearly 13,000 Denver County households faced eviction filings. This year is on track to be worse. There's been a 21% increase in eviction filings this year compared to the same time last year.
The hope is that we can stabilize as many households now, and I've seen people struggle and go through the court process. And when we talk to them and we offer that support, you can see a glimmer of hope.
Hope is what James has today.
It's right there, bam.
Oh, perfect.
For the first time in a while.
Yeah.
He knows a visit to this building may help keep him home.
All right, well, thank you, James, for coming in today.
That was painless. That was very nice.
Yes.
Jaleesa Ervazari, 9 News.
Painless is good. The current window to pre-apply closes on Saturday. You can apply online. The amount of money someone receives will be limited to what they need, but it will be no more than 7 months of rent or $10,000, whichever is the lesser amount.
Yeah, the countdown's on. Today marking 100 days from the start of the Summer Games in Paris. It all kicks off with the opening ceremonies July 26th. And our 9 News team will bring you full coverage throughout the Olympic Games. Our Matt Renew is going to be in Paris this summer, along with the sheriff. Peyton Manning is going to be a big part of NBC's coverage of the opening ceremonies, alongside of Mike Tirico and Kelly Clarkson. Of course, you can watch the whole thing right here on 9 News. And if you're thinking about going,
and who isn't?
you have another chance to score tickets. Organizers releasing 250,000 more tickets this morning. They're going out on a first-come, first-served basis, so you might want to act fast, especially for those very popular events. The least expensive tickets, they're only about $25. Some of those events include rugby sevens, as well as soccer's pool rounds and some of the boxing. The more popular sports, well, they get a little more expensive. Some tickets to the swimming finals go as high as $560.
You're still in Paris, no matter what.
Well, you just get your beret, your baguette, get on your bike and ride over.
Say, I was there.
Just ride over in your black and white striped shirt.
Yeah. Why not?
Your little
it's
accordion.
Gonna be great. I love it. And I'm telling you, Peyton and Kelly Clarkson, I mean, this is good. That's going to be good.
Well,
must-see TV.
Yeah, and we know by the time he gets there, because of the way he is, Peyton Manning will be fluent in French.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait.
Omaha.
He's going to have some good ones. I can't wait.
Omaha.